The Glasshouse Mountains are a set of volcanic plugs standing proudly above the Sunshine Coast hinterland in southeast Queensland. The 12 mountains rise abruptly above farmland, just 1.5 hours drive north of Brisbane, and are a worthy destination for a long weekend or even a full week's holiday. Mount Beerwah is the tallest peak of the group at 556 metres above sea level. It's an impressive conical shape with steep gradient on all sides. The easiest route to the summit is a Grade 1 rock climb known as the tourist route, which is a popular walk often underestimated with plenty of exposure and polished slabs. An alternative and quieter route for the adventurous and skilled bushwalker can be found on the northwest side, known as the Northwest Track.
It's only 200 or 300 metres up to Mr. Busy Pillar. 5 minutes from the base of the main hiker's route. From Mr. Busy Pillar, you actually have two options. The easiest option is about 20 metres right of Mr. Busy Pillar. Just as the cliff starts to descend, you will be able to climb up a series of little slabs here. Lots of good handholds. This route here is more like grade 2 or 3. Hardest bit is over.
The Northwest Track is becoming more and more defined each year. If you look closely, the rock is starting to show wear from the thousands of soles that have trodden them. The Northwest Track is the most prominent of the two. The junction will be obvious when coming up the Alpine Route, but not obvious when on the Northwest Track.
Or you can keep going for another 40 metres, which is 60 metres from Mr. Busy Pillar. You can recognise the base of the Alpine Route by the graffiti vandalism of that massive arrow on the rock, and then you've got lots of slabs, boulders up there. More of a climbing route, grade 5. So a couple of quick scrambles, and I reckon the crux of the route is this off-wit, about 4 or 5 metres up, but you can get your feet inside and try and go up the crack. Another slab to climb up. It's really just been lots of small 4 to 5 metre scrambles.
For less experienced climbers, you will be able to set up safety lines and belays from trees, but it's recommended that walkers gain experience elsewhere before embarking on the exposed ledges of the Northwest Track. The Northwest Track and Alpine Route merge at this point, then continue on together with some Grade 1 climbing. The route continues south from here briefly, before heading up a vague gully depression. You're aiming for the west shoulder above. There is pink tape and ribbon to mark the most used route.
Still a few little climbs. The upper section follows lots of nice clean slabs. It's good to get away from the bush. The route will make a right angle and head straight for the western shoulder.
The highlight of the route is spending time on the west shoulder, perched high up in the sky with views all around. You'll almost feel as if you've escaped the throng of walkers on the tourist track, but their voices and shouts will easily drift across.
On the west shoulder, this is probably the nicest section of the whole climb.
Looking back to the
track up to the western shoulder. Fun ridge to the knob, and then contouring to the tourist track.
From the west shoulder, follow a rough track under the next bump and join the tourist track for the last few hundred metres up to the summit. You'll want to spend an hour on the summit, soaking in the views and the atmosphere. It's such a great summit. The afternoon sun position is best for photos of Crookneck and Tibro to the east.
clear day you can see Brisbane.
The Northwest Track and Alpine Route offer a nice variation for those that have climbed Beerwah a few times. It's a worthy route to add to your Glasshouse Mountains list.